No one
dance with
moves
each
like
other.
you guys.
No one moves like you guys. No, like two people can move together. I feel like you guys can. It's such like
We can pretend.
yeah. Well,
We can pretend.
We can try our best.
We can try.
We can
Fine.
try and channel our inner Jakub and
Yeah.
M.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm not gonna reach that far.
It's too far. It's too far.
I'm not gonna be able to reach that far.
In spirit.
Too far away.
Yes.
Too comfortable
Whoa.
here.
Hello, everybody. You are listening to MackZaddy. We are joined by two very, very special guests. Two of my favorite dancers, Jakub and Emeline. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Is there alcohol inside?
No,
not at all.
Oh, you've done the routine already this weekend. You're finished. It's
You can let
Sunday
loose
now.
now. You're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are so healthy all the time, hey? You guys are super healthy.
Are we super healthy?
What does it mean?
Like, eat good, clean food.
We try as much as we can, but the traveling lifestyle does not allow this to happen all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Enough.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Oh my god.
If you were to choose a food group, what would be your favorite type of food?
Brown rice, tofu, bunch of veggies.
Okay.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
very
Well,
wholesome.
we brought
I'll
all of
follow
those.
that.
Look, we have this right here.
Fruit, no.
Sorry. Oh, no. Thank
Emeline,
you.
what's your go-to?
I would say anything with rice and vegetable. I used to be vegetarian, but I feel like with the traveling lifestyle, it's been very hard for me to feel strong
Yeah.
all the time.
Right.
So I do tend sometimes to eat animal protein
Yeah.
in order to feel a bit more
Nice.
boosted.
I was gonna say that happened like when me and Rashanya started like intensely training routines.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much we like had to eat because I'm not
Yeah.
like a massive eater.
So much energy.
But like, oh my god, we just ate so much food all of the time.
Yeah.
But if I
Gotta
didn't
keep the
eat,
energy
I'd
up.
be dead. So it was really, really good.
How often do you guys actually spend training, like working on things? Because
How many
your
hours a week are we
schedule is
talking?
packed.
Wrong topic to start with.
I'll take that as none.
We,
When,
Or a
when we
lot.
find windows.
so we never. We
Don't say never.
We've never trained.
The only time we
Never.
trained, and it's never really active training, was during COVID
Oh, really?
when we didn't have events.
Yeah.
Then we would meet just to jam.
Cool.
So we
Yeah,
would
right.
like put an hour of like music that we love and we want to explore, and we would just actually dance without even giving any feedbacks.
Yeah, cool.
Sometimes you would.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
Is
we
it
we
is it
sleep
ever arguments between you two, between feedbacks?
Wait, one at a time. So we're gonna get into it.
Oh,
after.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, but now that we are full-time back to our like traveling lifestyle with all the event happening every weekend, I think our only training session is when we teach.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I love that. That's cool.
Wait, so like leading up to like the Open last year, like
This is a different topic.
okay.
Choreography.
Yeah,
Yeah.
choreography.
That's a separate
Very
That is
animal
separate.
altogether.
Okay.
Yeah. On our social dance skills, I think we passively train by just being constantly curious about things overall. So even if we don't actively dance and practice it, we do different hobbies. So for instance, like Jakub climb a lot. I used to do like a lot of yoga as well. And we always curious to the link that we can make between different activities and how we can then translate it into dancing afterwards.
Cool.
So how many hours are we talking for like routine-wise?
Routine-wise.
Yeah, so for your most recent routine, which is amazing.
We can't
So
We got
good.
haven't
I'd say
counted.
check it out, but I know you've already seen it.
Everyone would, yeah. It's you guys are famous all over the internets.
The internet.
Yes.
The
The
interweb.
Interwebs.
Interwebs.
But like,
Interwebs.
how much time and effort does it go into making this amazing masterpiece?
So we started
Beginning of September.
beginning of September.
It usually takes like 3 to 4 weeks to make a construction of the routine,
Okay.
which is not the final product.
That still
No,
seems
because then
so
we would-
close.
We would usually like kill it completely. So
We
we
do
would like,
construction,
yeah,
we destroy it, and when
Completely.
we rebuild it,
And
that's
we-
usually a good one, and then we polish it, like
Okay.
3 stages.
yeah.
Do you like? Are you guys like basically every single day into that, or are you like
In
every
between events, yeah,
between
Yeah.
events?
I would say so.
From
Yeah.
mid-September, we do work every day, but we are very limited in our capacity to work for a long time.
Yeah.
Again, talking the sessions when we
Session,
get
yeah.
together
Yeah.
to a studio and physically work.
Yeah.
Physically work. So I feel like per day it would be maybe maximum 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 to 3 hours.
And around that, that's
Mental process.
whole other thing.
Yeah.
Like listening to music,
Talking about it.
researching ideas,
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about it.
Watching what we've done. So we would usually like record like all the process. And me, I'm working visually.
Yeah.
So then it's like when I can see visually like the flow and the music on top, I start to envision, no, this is not. And then we come back together and we,
Cool.
yeah,
That's very cool.
upgrade.
How did you choose this song for this current routine?
Was it a TV show?
TV show.
TV
Just from
show.
this show? Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Stranger
fans?
Things.
Okay.
Yep.
Like that's music for a routine. Like that's
Yeah.
made for
Epic.
it.
Actually, it's funny how it went because we were watching the TV show. We got so obsessed with the song, but the original one,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Yep.
previous one, and we were singing it. Sometimes we were like stick in our brain.
Please give us a demo.
I just did. So
It's all right. We got it on the mic.
Turn that up.
I'll turn it
Turn
up.
that
I'll
up.
turn it up.
Yeah.
I'll cut out everyone else.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll get it.
And we had like a friends couple that every year get a choreography from us for them, and they're older, let's say, but it's like their generation song.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And we were looking for a song for them, and then in the car we were joking about that one, and we started just to look to remix
Yep.
on Spotify, and we find this one, and we're like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is like a killing like remix. And they wanted it for themselves, therefore, because they're like, oh, it's like so good.
Oh no.
And Jakub and I kept listening to it, and we're like,
hold
it's
on.
too good. You know, it's like this is like a Jordan and Todd
Yeah. The
like
energy,
type of
the
music because we could
Oh,
really
it's so
perceive
intense.
Jordan
The
and
intensity.
Todd.
Intensity, yeah.
The intensity is
Yeah.
huge.
Like-
But we could not perceive ourselves on it because it's not really our universe. You know, usually we're more
Yeah,
Fluid
for
and
sure.
flowy.
Yeah, but then Jakub makes
alternative.
the face.
The face.
Then he makes
Jakub.
the
makes the face.
Yes. The face.
So, can we do like a thumbnail thing?
Wait.
That should be
yeah.
our thumbnail for like we're gonna do your.
Put it down.
We'll do one of those at the end. So,
Yeah. We'll point
you
it
know,
out.
think about your Stranger Things persona for that.
That's awesome. That's a cool.
It's,
That's cool.
The song is so cool. There's I think my favorite part of the routine is the
Yeah, trippy.
Oh, the
just like watching it, it's
salsa.
like,
Trippy.
oh, it's so
It's very
cool. I don't get it. My brain can't compute it, and it's amazing. It's so cool.
Thank you guys.
we haven't said it yet, but we're at Swing Station right now
Ah, yes, that's right.
on the Gold Coast.
There's a
That's why these guys are here.
Yeah. This is
They've been teaching all weekend, which has been amazing.
how many of you guys been coming to Australia now?
I think 5 or 6. No?
Hell yeah.
Because you started
Is
with
it
Swing to Me.
Me.
Was
Yeah.
first, yeah.
And I think we did it 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our second year or
Swing
third.
Station.
This is Swing Station because you guys used to do the
Swing to me.
swing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is your second
pre-COVID.
swing.
Second
Pre-COVID.
swing station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
We must like you or something. We must like you here.
Something.
You guys
Yeah.
must be getting like growing or something, or like getting better and better. So I don't know.
I won't complain about it.
How do you actually on that? Like how? So you guys push yourself within like a little bit of socially, like just being present here and maybe doing a few practices, maybe here and there, and then push yourself routine-wise. How do you do you ever feel like this is a question I ask a few people that you've hit like a wall or like a growth phase where you don't feel like you're progressing as much, or the passion or the love or joy in it kind of doesn't feel the
Dissipates a bit.
same, and it feels a little bit more like work, I guess. How do you guys combat that or like push through that and keep doing the amazing stuff that you're doing now? You first, Jakub. You first. Or since you looked to Emeline.
Right. Well, There is a work aspect to what we do, and I do get the sense of responsibility that we're carrying around when it comes for mainly the teaching part
Yep.
and how we show up for that. However we show up, as long as we show up
Yeah.
for us, that's more like the authenticity question
Yeah.
for that's going on for a couple of months these days. The part of the joy and what we love to, like how we started to dance at the very beginning is something that, and it's an actual work for me, that's something I want to maintain by really taking care of it. Me coming out to social is something very endearing for me, and I just keeping the promise for myself that it's never going to be a part of a work environment.
Okay.
And
yeah.
that's why I keep my joy place, my love for what
Cool.
we do, as a sacred thing for me.
So you segregate the two. In
Very
your mind.
much so.
Yeah.
Think of them as two separate things. Where,
They're
like,
very much intertwined,
Yes.
and I love our teaching, but I feel that I'm carrying that responsibility when I go to the workshop and I teach it. Whereas for social dance, I always keep a question, do I want to dance right now at
Yep.
this moment
Yeah, okay.
with people? And as long as I have the choice, yes or no, I can kind of carry that joy place always
Yeah.
around with me.
And like you must get like at least some level of fatigue. Like I imagine you guys are doing so many events, so many people, just like always dancing. Like that must be pretty intense.
I'm okay with navigating any amount of attention towards me, and I'm not being drained by it. I think
Yeah.
I was in the beginning. It's different. After, I don't know, 3-4 years of doing this, it started to be different. I do get fatigue physically, definitely,
Yeah.
yes.
Especially with the time zones and the traveling and just all the constant living out of a suitcase. Yeah, it's rough.
what
I
about you,
think,
Emily?
yeah, no, I just, I had a memory. I remember, it would have been like a swing station or a swing summit. I think you were in the lift. We were like in the lift with you, and I was just being at an event. I was just so exhausted and so tired. And I remember, I think we asked you, I was like, how do you do this? Like, I'm so tired all of like this whole weekend. I've done one weekend this year. I'm like, how do you do it? And your response was just like, I'm so tired.
Oh, true. yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
What about you, Emily? Do you have any?
I think it's an ongoing process for me because I'm more sensitive to Jakub. I guess so. No, like not sensitive, more triggered.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Triggered.
Triggered.
Whoa.
You're triggering.
Triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're more likely to get triggered
Yeah, I'm
compared
more
to me?
likely
Okay.
to be triggered.
Oh,
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
because I think my autonomy and my sense of freedom in my actions is like so important for my well-being that when I start to dive and like lose myself into people's expectations or maybe too much demand attention, like desiring to take from me, I totally lost sense of what I desire.
Yep.
Yeah. And even as like you were, or like your vision of what you guys want to do and stand for and create yourself, I guess, as well.
It's like there is no space anymore for me to like long, to dance, to long, to create. And because I need this space so much, before I was pressuring myself with a lot of expectations at event.
Yeah.
Like, oh, people want me to do this, like people expected this with me, like, and I like crawl into like this over responsibility that then was making me feel very anxious, very protective, and it felt very bad, especially after COVID.
Yeah, that's
Especially after COVID when we came back. So then I started to slowly try to drop expectations,
okay.
or let's say to refuse to take it on myself, even if people would have,
Yeah.
and to be more like Jakub and asking myself the question, do I want
Yeah.
Yep.
to do it? And starting to also be okay, not knowing if I want to,
Yeah.
not wanting to, and therefore not forcing myself to do something that I'm not 100% sure I want. So for instance, for social then, it's been like a couple of months, I would say maybe a year, that I don't social dance much.
Yep.
I would come, I would stay within people, but then I noticed that every time I get invited, even if it's like from somebody, a good friend, or I know I'm going to enjoy, but it's as if it's like robbing me from my capacity to assess if I do want to dance actually.
Yep.
So I started like slowly to leave myself this space.
Yep.
So I start to, how do you say, empty yourself in a way to be ready to
Give again.
know and
Again.
give.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you guys?
Yeah.
You guys say you're introverted or extroverted?
When?
Just
Yeah.
turn on, turn off kind of thing. Like as in, I don't know. Because like you said, you triggered, or not when you're sensitive to your cube, like feeding off of your cube's energy, or you feeding off of Emeline's energy. Do you think it's like? Don't know where I'm going with this. In the sense.
Keep talking. Let's see what you'll formulate it.
So for me, I feed off of energy in the room, other people.
Yeah.
Like a lot. So I need other people's energy to hype me up to get get this energy going. I find it hard to do that myself. But because I could sit there and watch movies all day long, and like finding a time to practice or train would be like, oh yeah,
So
but like I
hard.
could just lay on the couch and watch Netflix or something. But then as soon as I'm in bed, I'm like, yeah, woo.
Yeah. I think for me it depends on the nature of the group I'm in.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm very much nourished by people's presence if it's a non-costing presence.
Yeah.
Meaning like if I have people I love and I know there is no expectation on how I need to join that
Sure.
group and
Yeah.
interact, I just love presence.
Yeah.
And I love to be surrounded. If it's a group of people that needs to take
Yep.
from or I need to provide or their expectations, then it's like draining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I wave in and out depending on what I'm filled with.
Yeah.
If I'm just done with 3 hours of workshop, I'll probably tend to have need for more like
Gotcha.
Solo time.
don't
Let
talk
me
to
have
me
a
for a
nap.
second.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done that, I'll be like, hey, people,
I just want to say
hi.
thank you because you just did 3 hours of workshops and now you're here. So
Yeah.
that means a lot for us.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
And look at us being
Yeah,
here.
yeah. You just love us too.
Feedback.
This is nourishing for me, for instance.
I'm feeling very
Now
nourished
drink.
as well.
No, drink.
I think like I said at the start, you guys are like one of my favorite dancers. I think you guys are unlike any
You have
like,
your
couple
own spice.
I've ever seen. Like the way you guys
No one
dance with
moves
each
like
other.
you guys.
No one moves like you guys. No like two people can move together. I feel like you guys can. It's such like
We can pretend.
yeah. Well,
We can pretend.
try our best.
We can try.
We can
But-
try and channel our inner Yakub and M,
But it's like
Another
every
but it
time I
doesn't
see
usually
you
look
guys,
anywhere near as good.
Exactly, but inspired for sure. But you
Yeah.
guys just like, it's unreal how you guys are able to like move together. It's so inspiring. I'm so curious at like how this like kind of came about.
It's
Like,
very sweet to say.
We cannot move like you guys.
yeah.
We cannot.
Very true.
Stop it.
Oh, you stop it.
I think
Keep going. No, don't.
No, I kind of want to I want to thank you guys for being such a big part of the community over here because I do feel like when you come over, like even regardless of how you're feeling, you do give so much, and you have provided a lot of inspiration for a lot of people in our community, especially being
And around the world.
so far away. Yeah, I mean, like the point of this podcast is to kind of, bring a bit more exposure to like our side of the world, and bring Australia to the other world of West Coast Swing. And I think you guys have had a huge impact on the inspiration for a lot of people in our community.
Social
which is really
media,
cool.
like you guys have blown up the world with like, what did you get? What was the award you got at the Open? Something,
yeah.
something 100 million, something or whatever views or what?
I
Something.
mean,
How do you know so many freaking people?
no, to be fair,
How did you do it?
to be fair,
It was all Jordan.
no. It's like,
No.
no. It was not all award. because it was the award for the West Coast Swing channel.
Yeah.
So it's like Andreas receiving like the YouTube award when you reach like 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
And Andreas like was like kind because he dedicated, let's say, that award to us because he thinks that is a Macarena video that brought him
Oh,
that amount
that's
of
so nice.
followers.
I just can't believe
Oh,
it.
It's
that's
very
cool.
kind. It's very kind.
That's
but it's
cool.
it's basically not our award.
Yeah.
Okay. Still though, you guys are also growing the scene, like, on people are showing up to Melbourne, being like, I've seen these guys dance in on Facebook or Instagram and stuff, and they're like, and now there's West Coast Swing in Australia. Please go to a club, and they're like, I want to dance like these guys. I'm like, well, then come to this event, I'll be here and take some lessons because I'll be here.
Students have like, oh, I want to dance like this person. Show me how. We're like,
Like on what Mackenzie was saying, how like I know you guys have gone through some trouble with like, is that West Coast Swing, and people like thinking and like almost like knocking you down. I don't know who these people are, but I've heard through the world of the West Coast Swing gods, whoever they are.
like it feels like you guys are kind of like almost,
Thanks.
you guys have like fought to kind of have your style out there and accepted in some ways, I guess, by some people maybe. Is that how it felt or not so much? Because it's so different.
How it started? I feel like it started like this. Like we were somewhere here
Yep.
trying to understand first us, how we function and what is the potential of our partnership. That felt like here, and then the swing world was here for a while, and we're like,
On the
we're
other
doing this,
side.
doing
Yeah.
that, and we kind of don't understand each other. And then over time, throughout many talks and like also us figuring out our crafts, we started to be like, oh, now we can kind of like meet each other
Yeah,
a little
cool.
bit more and more.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think it was also thanks to the great support of like what I would call our mentors, because it's like the one that helped us through our journey.
In a very specific and crucial moment.
Yeah, very
Who-
crucial
Do
moment.
you mind me asking who they are?
Yeah, like for instance, I mean, like Maxence has been a big part
Yep.
of like our support journey.
Yep.
But for instance, there's a couple of times we thought about quitting.
Because of that
Yeah.
criticism.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. Like that's like for me that would be a block. That path where you're like, I don't know, like do
Like-
I keep going or not?
we never wanted to quit dance.
Yeah.
So like we would have continued to do our craft and create, because I think
Somewhere
for
else.
us,
Cool,
what was not the option
Cool.
is to give up on who we are.
cool.
So
Yeah.
we wanted to really stick to what talks to us and like our own pleasure in the dance and in the creation. And we were having a lot of frustration understanding why people tend to put limit to others when they don't understand it, or you know, when they don't want to join that part. Because I'm like, you can keep your dancing, and I'm very fine with you dancing the way you dance, but don't really tell me how I should dance. And I felt like it was starting to be pressurable because people starting to see that we had, let's say, more and more leverage
Yep.
because of social media maybe.
Yeah, right.
And they didn't want that leverage to affect too much than how people would like to dance in the scene,
Yeah.
like maybe to maintain integrity of the roots.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep going.
And in my mind, I'm like, we do what we do. If people recognize themselves in it, if this is the way they're attracted to movement,
Let
why let them?
Let
Like
them.
why should we block and
Yes.
prevent people from, exploring?
Having that creative
That's
freedom
awesome.
and
I heard
space.
I heard your interview on Glenn Ball's What the Judges Want.
Oh yeah.
Love that podcast.
Very cool.
In the interview, it was something about finding your brand.
Yeah.
And you were saying, don't go find a brand, you are already the brand, basically.
Yeah, you need to understand yourself.
And yeah, it
Yeah.
will, your brand will come because if, I'm guessing like what you just said.
If you're curious about yourself
Yeah.
and you don't try to take answers from the outside, but more observe the outside and understand in order to understand yourself better, and then try to take what is and nourish it, to
Yes.
flourish
Yeah.
in who you are.
Yeah.
And I think we've been very much trying to honor that in the
Yeah.
way we move. But then at a point we wanted to quit just because we thought that we were not fitting in. It's like we were trying, but then we're like, maybe we're too different indeed. You know, maybe like we're actually stretching the boundaries of the dance so much that other crowds might be more accepting or
what you
welcoming.
have.
Thank God you didn't quit, because imagine that.
Yeah.
But in
Imagine if
sense,
these guys,
like-
imagine if
What a
you
sad,
stopped
sad
It'd
world
be
it
a
was.
and
dark
you conformed.
world.
Imagine
Very
if you had
gem.
conformed. Oh
I mean,
my
like,
God.
this I think we have to thank two people in particular.
Who are they?
Like one was Sarah Van Drake.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Sarah. I don't remember which event it was,
Me neither.
but we had a deep talk with her where I think she she showed us how important it is, even when you're maybe criticized, to still be there, like to challenge people in their opinions, because then you're still part of the advancement of the dance. So Sarah was very important, that talk. And we had another one with Robert Royston. And I think it was maybe 5 months before the open. And we didn't want to put a routine on the floor.
What?
And it was a Bohemian Rhapsody
Oh, yeah, cool.
or the Ocean. I don't remember which year it was, like
I think
Ocean.
It was the Ocean. It was right.
Ocean routine.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
I
talking-
just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even a thought that would have even crossed my mind. I thought you've always been, this is who we are. Like, because I see you guys now and, like, you guys are owning who you are. But, like, to even think of that you've had to go through that is just blows my mind, if that makes
I
sense.
mean, we would still create.
yeah.
We were just like not sure if we needed to present it
Yeah.
on the US Open floor, because we just felt like what we do does not necessarily answer the expectation
Yep.
of the competition.
Crazy.
And we don't want to change the rules or the expectation of the competition. So we're like, maybe it's just not the floor.
That was the year
On
as
which
well.
to
They
present it.
brought in, like, swing content
That was the
rules and with
worst
the
year we could have
timer
done
and
a
everything. I
routine.
remember.
I think
we
so.
were there.
It was
Testing
horrible.
Stuff,
Yeah.
One-footed spins weren't even allowed.
Yeah.
That was not
It was
West Coast
allowed,
swing
but it
content.
wasn't swing content.
It wasn't.
It
the
wasn't
same.
swing
Yeah.
content.
That
And
was
I'm pretty sure
rough.
every routine had one-footed spins in it. Maybe not every routine. I won't say
yeah.
every routine, but
Yeah.
So,
lot of them.
Royston basically convinced you guys to push through and
Yeah, I
and do
remember
you.
that metaphor that he said that was beautiful. And he was like, if you want to redecorate a house, you need to start from the inside.
ooh, okay, that's cool.
I like it. Yeah.
And he told us the importance that we have for the community in that regards. And he just told us that they need to understand us and what we're doing. And in a way, it's like if we want them to be with us, we need to also show them that we're willing to be with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And this is a year that we came with Ocean Routine, which was actually for us a merge between our world and the West Coast swing expectations.
Crazy.
Yeah,
No, that's cool. I love it.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, so dope. I think you guys, like, you bring just a way of movement that, like, prior to, like, ever seeing you guys dance, I just didn't know people could, like, move
Do.
or, like, and do together.
I still don't understand how.
I actually,
I
yeah,
mean,
sorry, I
It still
still
hurts my
don't
head.
know how two people
And I still get
can
scared
move
when I dance
together.
We
with
take
you
privates
because I'm
with these
trying so much
guys.
to pay attention to it, and I'm like, oh god.
We make sure anytime we get to do privates with these guys, we're like, okay, still don't know how. I mean, just keep going with the same stuff we worked on last time.
Yeah.
Because it's new, it's always developing, and I think that's.
You understand
Thank
it
you,
just a
guys.
tiny bit more each time, but
Yeah.
I'm still also like, screw you guys. You're so good at it.
Screw you guys.
This is hard.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I love
It's
it
just
though.
like you guys are like water. It's just like so fluid, and the movement like you guys can create together is just unreal
Yeah.
and magical, and it's so amazing to see every single time. And
Yeah.
I'll never get tired of it.
You guys have definitely been a part
very
of changing
kind.
the house, like the house, 100%.
Yeah.
Like it.
The interior looks much different
Yeah.
than it could have been.
The interior, yeah.
In a good way. I
Yeah.
like it.
It's awesome.
There was Yuki, there was one thing you said at Asia Open that I really, really liked, and you were talking about being curious instead of being patient.
Yes.
Can you just say that for everybody else? Because that was
question-
really,
That
really
exact
cool.
word?
As in what,
No.
how
Yeah.
you said it. So you were talking about like you're not a patient
Because
person.
we're like,
so.
how, why, like you're so patient, and I'm like, I'm so impatient, and everyone was like, how do you be so patient and all that sort of stuff, and you're like, you answered it very
Curious.
well.
I remember that moment. I don't remember how I said it.
I remember that I was the one thing that you're actually very impatient,
Yes. yeah.
Yeah.
as opposed to what people could think. But and I think with that you said that like it's it's like out of curiosity in the dance. It's like you're always like curious.
Yeah,
You
it's
kind
hard for
of
me to
wait
maintain.
to see it, what it could become, because you're
Yeah.
more curious, not so much patient. Because a lot of people don't like the word patient.
There are many
in a way.
things when you hear them, or like you're trying to be like, I'm going to be that thing, I'm going to do that thing,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, that it goes like against your skin, and you're like, well, maybe you just have to tweak it around and see it from different perspective that might be renaming that word with the same goal.
Yeah.
And for me, the goal would be, I want to stay in the instance with whoever I'm dancing to, whatever I'm dancing to. That's like my ultimate go-to. Patience is not the way, because that's apparently not who I am. And hence I have to find a way how that would function for me as a tangible thing to do in the moment. And for me, the curiosity, because it's more like kid perspective on things, being like, oh, butterfly, hi butterfly.
Yeah.
So I have to go with the way that I can function compared to how I'm supposed to do
Yeah.
that thing.
But I thought that was very cool.
Even like the way you demonstrated like this, I think you just like moved, and you're basically like, we here, oh, what can we do from here? Oh, what can we do from here? Oh, where are we going from here? And it was like, I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I would use ooh, you would go yeah. That's the translation you get.
That's good. I love it. I love it.
It's like, yeah, I mean, dance is its own language,
Yeah.
right? It's like its own communication.
Yeah,
Like
It's a conversation.
we
I love that.
like we have our own like slang.
We've got our own dialects,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's just learning how to understand everyone else's dialect.
and I think it's beautiful if you're always curious or like interested, even if it's hard to do. You'll try and make it work. That's the important part. Instead of going, fuck it. Fuck it.
See,
Whatever.
I think last year at Swinging Station, you guys had performed with the live band.
On Olive Blue.
That's the
Yeah.
first time that's the first time
Amazing.
I've ever cried.
That was
At a
unreal.
demo.
And they
Oh my
were amazing.
God.
The band was so
Yeah.
good. The music
It
was
was
like
great.
fantastic. The dance was.
Feel that in our bones.
Everyone was like, it's unreal. Like I get shivers just thinking about it. But something about that dance felt so inspiring that I felt like I tapped into my Jakub and Emeline self, because the rest of that night I had the best dances.
Everyone was in
It
this
just,
like weird creative space.
consistently,
Yeah.
I just felt so
Love
creative,
that.
and I was like, I am Jakub. I am Jakub. I am curious.
Yeah,
and
that
it was
was
so
great.
good. I've like, just like every single dance I had that night was just like, I don't know what it was. I just felt like it was amazing. Everything was so creative and new. And then I tried to recreate it at Dance Next Week, and I think I lost it. But
It was
really
good.
good in the night.
We even have like last year we did switches and steals and stuff, and it was really it's
So
just
fun.
The flow
Yep.
and the connection is just really it feels amazing. So
Yeah,
thank you for those two.
I want to get in on that this
we
year.
even had one last night, a switches dance, and I'm like,
Hey, where was
I
I?
asked you, I was
I
like,
still
are you
haven't
practicing your
had
flow? And you're
that.
like, no. I'm like, well, what? This is crazy because again, just it's more like the movement itself is like, how do I word this?
It just flows from one thing to another without
It's like
stopping.
almost like West Coast swing shapes and like connections, but not. I don't even know how to put in words. It just moved and worked.
I think,
dance.
I think in a way, and I don't know if it's because we've been exposed to other dance scene throughout our journey, and for instance, when we teach to a fusion group,
Oh, cool.
so people coming from very different backgrounds and not having any elements from West Coast swing, for instance, we have to take just principles out of the West Coast swing dance, so the main things that we use, but broaden them enough so it's accessible by anybody, regardless of their
I love that.
journey and background.
Yeah.
And I think we took that for ourselves as well.
Yeah.
So now it's like we
shows.
take the principles, but then we just allow so much space within the principles for it to be like just shaped differently. And I think what we try to really, in a way, kill in our brain is the expectation of a certain structure and a certain consequence to an action.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
And it's just, I feel when you free your mind to this is what's supposed to, then the brain and the body start to be very much freer.
Think about what it could be.
Yes.
Instead of
Do you
what it's
have other
supposed to
dance?
be.
Like, what is your? Do you have other dance background? Like, I know a lot of people have an opinion of like you have to do other dance styles to be good at this dance style. Shit. Some people think you don't.
You're out.
Some people don't think you need to. I think every person's different, really. Just like that's my opinion, but I don't think you need to, or it could be good. Do you guys have other dance backgrounds, or what's like? Yes, no.
Backgrounds.
Like other dance styles.
We've been through stuff. Is it the backgrounds?
It's a background.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think, yeah.
Like we both coming from a ballroom.
Oh, what?
Really?
I was not expecting that one.
What?
I was
Revelation.
not expecting that
Yeah.
one.
Oh my god.
Your
Actually,
body-
when you do this,
Ballroom.
that makes sense now.
Yeah.
When I see you do this.
I mean, ballroom Latin, you know, it's like both
Yeah.
of the.
Yeah, cool.
They're
Okay.
both, yeah.
We coming from that. Jakub has a strong background in Brazilian zouk.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah,
I could
couple
see. I can
dance,
see
yeah.
that.
That's
I can
where
see
a
that.
lot of your flow comes from, I would imagine.
Some understandings
Yeah.
of it,
Like
yes.
all the rotational stuff.
Yes,
and-
definitely the 3D
Upper body.
motion of
Yeah.
Upper body
upper body is
motion,
different.
Even like these like things or like
What are those things?
What? What is
that was a thing that happened in my head like a turn.
Are you trying to mimic turns?
Yeah.
Happening
Yeah.
there.
I'm actually
see
just
that.
like hello.
arm styling?
Yeah.
Yeah, soul dancing, plenty
solo
of it,
dancing,
plenty
yeah.
variety of solo.
That's cool.
Hip hop, jazz, like
More urban dances for me.
well, what?
Urban dances.
Urban.
Urban.
Urban
Nice.
dances.
Yeah, urban.
Urban.
Yeah, cool.
I'm more on the side of a modern dances, contemporary ballet,
Yeah.
that type of
Yeah.
awareness,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think we brought that to each other, so then we've been influenced by each other's backgrounds
Yeah.
behind.
That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that to be successful West Coast swing dancer, you
Yeah,
have
no,
to
absolutely
have
not.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know
Thanks, Hugh.
plenty of dancers
Yeah.
whose background is West Coast swing,
Yeah.
and they're doing West Coast swing, and they're
Yes.
great dancers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think it's just the mindset of not taking it so strictly.
Yeah.
Because I like to remind myself that a dance form has been established by human beings at a point.
Yeah.
And it's just like a few humans who had decided we're just gonna say it's like that and it's not otherwise and just put like some definition and rules. But it's
The West Coast Swing Gods.
Yeah.
West Coast swing gods, but at the same time I'm like, it's just you decided to place it like that at a point. But
Rules change.
you know,
but-
it's not like fixed on ground. So I like to not just take it so seriously as if I can take it as inspirational tool for me to find ways on how to move and how to connect. But I don't want to be restricted in a box by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking
think
about
I-
any dance style right
Any
now.
dance style.
Any dance style.
Any dance style.
I think I heard you guys say something about like the dance is made up, so like it's not the like constriction and all that sort of stuff. Like someone came up with this pattern or this move or this technique or this look or whatever by accident and just fell upon it, and then they're like, "Ooh,
Decided that's what it is now.
cool."
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
for now on, it's what it is.
It's a thing now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
That's
kind of,
cool.
it takes the pressure off of being like, I have to make something new, or like comparing yourself even. Some people get in the mode of comparing themselves.
Yeah.
When, if you just work together, like what then you make this new thing together. I feel like is what you guys create with just like whoever you're dancing with. It's always different, and when you're with each other, it's always different.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Which is really cool.
Cool. This is like a slight tangent, but it was just like sprung to mind, and I had to bring it up. Jakub, your hair is so long.
We skipped.
I had
Okay.
no idea.
Sorry.
All
Like
of
within
that
like
was under
30
there.
together. I think it was sprung to mind. I was just your hair's so long,
Asian
but
Open.
also that dance. I've never seen you guys dance like
Asia
that
Open.
before. Like
We've
that
never
was,
seen each other dance like that
I know
before.
that was
That was
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
We got possessed.
It was so good.
You looked so
You embraced
happy
your
the entire
inner
time.
rock god. It was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like.
yeah.
But
I
like
never knew-
when
I never
I
knew
met
how
it,
to
I was
do
like,
it.
hi. Where do you push it? It's like wrap it around like
Around, around,
3 or
around.
4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. Sorry, I had to bring it up because I was like,
We should do the rapid fire.
rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
So-
fast. I was ready to get like philosophical about what you just said, Zach. I was
I know.
like,
Oh, please do.
but I
'Cause we
could go like
absolutely
for
could.
2 hours about
I
it.
know, this
We're
is-
gonna
it's
literally
really
be for
beautiful.
hours, which,
Yeah.
I'd love to
you know
dive
what?
into like the mentality behind like how you guys think about, because dance isn't just something that people do. It's a lifestyle as well, and like even
It's a
like
culture.
It is so many things.
there's
Yeah.
like a mentality that
So many layers.
people have different mentalities about it, and I'm just always interested in like how people motivate and like see things from their eyes.
Yeah.
So like we definitely need to do this again sometime.
Part 2 later, for sure.
Yeah, that would be great. Wait,
Love
where
to
are you guys
see-
going next?
If-
Because
if-
we'll
if we
just
still
go
like
with
you
Yeah,
guys
that.
at
we'll
that
just
time.
be there.
Friends.
Fly to France
Let's go.
together.
Let's go, guys.
We're actually
Tomorrow.
going later in the year.
yeah.
We'll see you guys then.
Oh, Europe is ready for you guys.
Let's go.
But so we're gonna do this like little rapid fire thing.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no.
What is, like-
you go first.
what is
I wanna
rapid?
think.
So rapid fire, we're gonna give you an option.
Face.
We're gonna give you option A, like would you rather nighttime or daytime?
Okay,
Essentially,
cool.
we-
Option A or B?
And then you're gonna
I'm
be
good
as
at
quick
this,
as you
yeah.
can.
We've done this with everyone we've interviewed so far, all the girls we've interviewed.
It is a
And it's just like a
competition.
little bit of a competition. The goal of it is to get through the questions as quickly as possible. We haven't done it with 2 people, so I do have these headphones ready because you will have to listen. Whoever goes first, the other person will have to wear these for the time being, just so you don't hear the questions.
Yeah.
Really?
So we're gonna
okay, we
ask
do it at the
each
same
of you.
time.
No,
Nah.
because then your time will get longer. Because if you don't answer at the same time, like quick.
Yeah. So you're gonna do it one at a time.
So you guys are competing against each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also Maxence, Brad,
Z,
Z, who else have we done? Those 3 so far?
Harold.
Harold and,
And Phoenix.
Phoenix so far.
Yeah.
You mean like it's a game,
Little game.
like a speed game?
Yeah.
Speed game.
it's a speed
I'm
game.
gonna lose.
Well, Maxence also
Maxence
had
did not
problems.
do well, so I think he'll do better than him.
Maxence, we asked him, we're like, are you ready? He's like, yep, let's go. First question, he goes, whoa, wait a second.
Stop.
Is that how quick we go? We just laughed.
So I think
Do you
you
have your
might be okay.
Oh, we got a timer ready.
Timer. So
So
we're gonna
there's-
press start after Mackenzie finishes or Maddie finishes
I'll give it to
asking
Maddie.
the first
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you finish, there might be questions in there that are a little trickier than others.
Potentially.
part of the
we'll
fun.
find out. Awesome.
You just have to choose between
Who would like
two
to go
options.
first?
Okay.
You go first.
I
All right,
Okay.
Jakub,
What do I do?
these are for you.
Should I leave?
With the.
you can just
just
walk
chuck 'em
out the
in.
door. No.
I'll play some music.
Oh
But what if I hear it?
gosh.
Oh,
We're gonna play some
because you play
music.
music. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
la,
like-
la, la.
Have a
You
nap.
just have an app
It's the
over
way-
there with your
Have an app.
headphones.
Hopefully
Like
that's not
elevator
too
music
loud,
going
but
on.
It looks.
Alright.
I think it looks like
Start the
it's,
timer
it's
once
good enough.
the end of the first question is.
Oh, am I going? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, give it to the chick
Are
that's
you,
lost
are
it.
you
Alright.
ready,
That's great.
Emeline? Are you ready?
All right.
This
I'm
is
not.
Do you want a moment? Just have a deep breath. Brace yourself.
Pressure.
All right. Here
Okay,
we go. Fast or slow floors?
Slow floors.
J&J or Strictly?
Jack and Jill.
Lead or follow?
Follow.
Fast or slow songs?
Slow songs.
Blues or contemporary?
Contemporary.
Suede or resin?
What is that? Suede.
Casual or formal?
Casual.
Technique or performance?
Technique.
Europe or America?
Europe.
Favorite lead, not Jakub.
Maxence.
Fast or slow blues?
Slow.
Routine or improv?
Improv.
Maxime or Maxence?
Maxence.
Zach McKenzie or Maddie?
What? Zach McKenzie or Maddie?
3 options.
Who's your favorite?
Zach McKenzie or Maddie? Choose one, go. Maddie. Yes. Good answer.
That one put you on the spot. You're like,
yeah.
Because you got 3 choices suddenly.
Yeah. Surprise! Oh my god, good job. Yeah.
you're like,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Wait, when you say slow floor,
so like sticky
oh
Sticky
no,
floor
so
or
the
fast floor?
opposite.
or
Yeah.
fast floor being slippery.
So slippery.
Yeah.
I changed my
Hey,
answer.
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
No?
that's
Sorry,
that's
I
cheating.
stopped his music. I stopped his music
I
because
thought it was a
we
cue
were
for
done.
me
You're
too.
encouraging
One
cheating.
second, one second,
I'm-
one second.
Okay.
Wait, keep music on.
Yeah.
So what did you say?
I prefer when it's slippery.
Yeah. Okay. That's
All
cool.
right.
Slippery.
Did you say what's suede or resin?
Yeah, what is raisin?
So suede is like this. A resin is like the. Have we got any resin?
Is it sticky?
No, it's just like a
You can wear it
dance
outside.
So it's what you can put on the bottom of your shoe to be able to dance on a dance floor, but you can also wear it outside.
It feels
'cause
more
you can
reminiscent to
rough
like
it
a
up.
plastic
suede.
rubber sole,
Yeah.
but like it's
Yep.
I'm gonna show you something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Jakub, you're up.
Are you sure about
Yeah.
it?
Absolutely.
You don't have to put
Come
the
on
headphones in
over.
because
I
you
don't
already
need
done
to
it.
like
Wait.
put the music, no?
You don't even have to.
1
no,
second.
'cause,
Cool.
What was the time?
That's very fast.
Yay! Nice.
All right, Jakub, it is your turn. You're in your ready position.
I am
You don't have to wear them.
so
Yeah,
ready.
You can listen, and you've gone.
I don't have to move, right?
All right.
No.
Nah,
Okay,
right
good.
where you
I'm
are
ready.
You're
is
fine.
beautiful. Alrighty.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Reset.
That was the quickest one we've done
Wow,
yet.
that's amazing.
Ding, ding, ding.
That was so good. So you got to answer after I finish the question.
Okay, don't look at me.
Fuck, that was funny.
That was good though.
I could answer for you actually.
That was good.
Let's see who's faster.
I can
Answering
answer.
for me, okay? Go.
All right. Fast or slow floor?
Fast.
J&J or Strictly?
Giant jail.
Lead or follow?
Lead.
Fast or slow song?
Slow.
Blues or contemporary?
Contemporary.
Suede or resin?
Say what?
Suede or resin?
Is the
What is
same
that?
as me.
Suede or resin?
Just choose one.
Resin. Well,
Casual or formal?
casual.
Technique or performance?
Technique.
Europe or America?
Europe.
Favorite follow, not Emeline.
Emily number 2.
Keep going.
Yeah, fast or slow blues?
What?
Fast or slow blues?
Slow.
Routine or improv?
Improv.
Maxime or Maxence?
In which context?
Just choose one.
Okay, let's go with Max sounds.
Zach McKenzie or Maddie?
Maddie.
Oh, she got two.
Two? No one.
What the hell?
I've been the favourite most
Yeah,
of
you've
all
gotten
for
a
all
lot
of
of
them.
votes.
Makes me happy.
Time?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, the gem love. I love that. So what was that time?
In what
49.
context?
49.
All right.
Why Max
58?
sounds and Maxime?
Maxons goes, because we said Jakub or Maxime.
What do you
Yeah.
say?
Mayub.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he couldn't
it's
decide.
smart.
He said
But
Mayub.
you cannot do it with Maxence and Maxime. Maxom
Maxon.
Maxon.
Yeah, true.
Maxon.
Yeah.
or Maxis.
Maxis. Maxis. I like
That's
Maxis.
cute.
It's gonna be really fun. I think so funny. I love. That felt very casual comparatively to like how Brad did this.
Brad was like, Dad.
Brad was like, he wanted to win. He was like going
I know
at
that's
it.
a surprise.
God.
Are we talking
everyone.
Emeline number 2 as in Emeline?
Like Maxon's wife, or just.
Whoever's Emily number 2 is, I don't know.
Oh, you just made
That
her
is
up.
not a freaking answer.
Oh, you made her up.
Well,
It's
it
Emily's
wasn't
alter
like
I
ego.
a-
should have said that too. I
What
did you
I could have
say?
done that too. I said Maxence.
oh, that's so lame.
Okay. That's so
I
lame.
love that.
So if you had to choose someone that was no one named Emeline, who would that be?
Your favorite follow?
As it is for today,
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Present company excluded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's hard.
Come on. Don't get too deep into
We're
it.
adding this to the time.
Yeah.
Like, Em will tell you that in my world, there is not like a pyramid scheme when
Yes.
it comes for things. It's like
Which is very true. Everything is flat.
it's like a flat stripe, and in that stripe of like preference, there's like so many people
Yeah.
Right,
when it
right,
comes
right.
for
It
dancing.
Doesn't have hierarchy.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
If
good.
you tell me,
That's nice.
if you tell me one specific
Yes.
of what I'm looking for, I might link it to
Like
a
a
person.
characteristic, specifically.
Who brings you the most joy to
The
dance
most,
with?
Characteristic. That was a characteristic.
But it wasn't specific enough.
Who
But to
makes
be
you smile
fair-
the most?
Like, to be fair, I found this question because I think Maxence is the first one that also come to mind because he's the one who had like the most weight in all my journey.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
therefore feels like home because he built
Yep.
like partially but a big part of like who I am as a dancer.
Okay, so we say a big influence for
Big
you
influence.
specifically. Then.
I'm thinking
Big
about it right
influence.
now. There are 3 followers who influenced me the most when it comes for me sticking to West Coast swing and falling in love with it. It was when I was in novice, first event, Hungarian Open. It was Olga Malafeskaya. There was, help me out, from Hungary, but she lives in Switzerland.
Esther.
Esther Moritz. And the last one is Jenny Dudukina.
Oh yeah, Jenny.
All 3 for various reasons. Olga for, as an advanced follower, inviting me at the party, me as a novice dancer,
Cute. Yeah.
feeling like I'm being honored by the presence of somebody who's so skilled, and that's being carried on throughout.
Your values as a team are very fucking nice.
Yeah.
So that's from that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Esther Moritz for a very similar reason for the social dance party, and Jenny Dudukina for the Jack and Jill finals, where there was a song, Madness, the one that was played, Madness. And there's this part of the song where it's like, like this one.
We're gonna have a compilation of you guys singing your songs.
In that moment, I didn't know about West Coast Swing and how the communication works, and she did this kind of like moonwalk, sliding, footwork. I was like, how did she know that she's going to do that, and how did he say yes to that? How did they do it together?
Yeah, nice.
And that was a breaking through point for me, like that there is something magical about this dance, and I want to do it. I want to understand
Love
it.
that.
That's awesome.
So all those 3 like together is my most influential followers.
And if I start to list people,
Yeah.
I would
the
not
list
be
could go
done.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say a huge thank you to you guys
Yeah.
for your time.
Thank
Yeah.
you for yours
It's been
and
a
your
big
interest.
weekend, so
So
thank you
Cheers
for
to
being
you
a part of
guys.
the
Thank you for coming
podcast.
over. And
Cheers.